What's up? How you doing, sports fans? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing good. So today I just want to come back a little bit on Deontay Wilder and Fury fight. Something related to it, at least. I did another video earlier this week after this fight. Kind of responding to the comment that this fight was one of the greatest heavyweight fight in history. I did find it hard to believe, and I still don't believe that this is ranked. This should be ranked as one of the greatest fight in history. Just for the simple fact that this fight was too unequal, and like in terms of opposition to Tyson Fury, there wasn't that much there, right? I mean, everybody knew that boxing skill-wise, Tyson Fury was miles ahead or above of Deontay Wilder, and that the only chance of Deontay was really to try to sneak that right hand, right? Try to sneak that right hand to knock Tyson Fury out, but Fury seems to have found a cure for that right hand, and he takes it every time that he's being knocked down, and he gets up, he's getting backs up. So even that right hand, definitely, I mean, at the end of the day, is not even an option anymore, right? So it just means that during this fight, you had one guy doing the beating, and on the other side, one guy receiving the beating. And this went on for what, 11 rounds? And you call that one of the greatest fight in history? Doesn't make sense to me. You know, there has to be some sense of competition, I would say, at least. Now, I heard rumors of a fourth fight. I'm not sure about that, to be honest with you. Not sure that Deontay Wilder would like to take that kind of beating like yet a fourth time. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make today is that I was talking about the fight and nothing but the fight, but wasn't talking about the character of the fighter. And to that, in terms of character, I mean, Deontay Wilder deserves all our respect. He went in there. He knew quite early in this fight, and I would say after the end of the first round, that you know what, it's going to be a rough night at the office. You know, I think he knew it pretty early, right? But he stuck in there, showed the heart of a warrior, never give up. You know, kept fighting. He kept, I mean, he kept believing in him. So, right? Don't really like to see these pictures, to be honest with you. This, you know, this movies. Yeah, so he knew, and he took his beating like a man. You know, he knew very early that it was going to be a rough night, and that it was going to hurt, most probably, right? But he went in there, stuck in there, still believed in himself, because you have to. But I know it was going to be hard. So respect to him. He showed the heart of a lion, the heart of a warrior, of a gladiator. Because when you go in there, I mean, you know you're getting in, but like he said, once you step foot in there, you never know. You don't know if you're gonna get out. And when you get in there with a warrior mind, I mean, it's to death. You know what I mean? I mean, a gladiator mind is basically, I mean, you win, you live, you lose, you die. That's basically it. So I think that's the same way that Deontay Wilder is approaching it, which deserve a lot of respect, a lot of respect, you know. So the other questions, I mean, we can leave them apart. We talk about them when we're talking about the fight, the strategies, and all that stuff. But if we're talking about the man and his character, I mean, there's nothing to say. That was That was to be revered. Yeah, that was to be revered. But we don't have to mix that with the fight itself and what happened in that ring, you know. But if we're talking about character, I mean, this is a man right there. So, to be able to sustain that type of punishment, knowing that it's coming on top of that, knowing that you're exhausted on top of that, knowing that the other guy on top of that, he can take your punches, your best punches. Damn. And that on top of that, it's hard to hit him. You hit him once, you drop him. After that, you cannot hit him anymore. It's like a ghost. He's not there. You know, or he's at too many places at the same time because you're so tired, man. You see him everywhere. So, you know, it's exhausting. But the man, the character, what can we say? 110%, 150, 200%, man. Enough respect, man. Seriously. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to say about Deontay Wilder. It's kind of a mea culpa to some of the videos that I did and where I was talking about the fight. Didn't want to have people confuse it to me disrespecting Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? Just have some doubt. Didn't say that the fight was so, but to from there to saying that this fight is ranked as one of the greatest, I disagree basically. But Wilder, man, you made that fight happen. Actually, you made that fight happen because normally that fight should have ended a lot sooner than this. Had Tyson Fury be a little bit more precise, I guess. You know what I mean with his shots. So that's what it is. Like Tyson Fury's carrying Deontay Wilder here. That's crazy, man. Deontay. Tyson Fury's a boogeyman. So here it is. Enough respect, Mr. Wilder. You deserve it. Now you just have, I think, to chill with your family, relax, and get in the right state of mind to think about your next step and to think about it wisely because there's definitely a lot of options. Not too many, but a lot, yes. So now let's talk about this guy, man, Mark Strickland. Mark Strickland, what happened? This is what happened to him, right? He was, I mean, seems like he did a comment on Palestine, right? So let me take a bite here. He did a comment on Palestine, and I don't know what the comment is. I propose you guys to check a little bit on the internet if we can find, some type of news about what he exactly said, right? But Strickland, Sean Strickland, I'm saying Mark Strickland. I don't know why I'm saying Mark Strickland, right? But Sean Strickland is like, he's not your sharpest tools on the shelves, to be honest. To put it bluntly, right? He's not your smartest kids on the block, right? So if you got a bunch of guys, together and all that, he's not the smartest of them all, right? So he had an issue. So I just want to put you in the context of who that guy is, right? So he had an issue with this guy here, BJJ's champion, Orlando something, right? This guy kind of took it home in a lock and just bam, tried to snatch it a little bit, right? It was during training and he was preparing for a fight, I think. Listen. Motherfucker. Right? So what he did, and look at the guy, the way, and look at the interaction that they had after that, right? He almost tried to, give him a spinning fist, spinning back fist, and this guy is moving to him, right? He's moving towards him. You know what I mean? He's moving towards him, right? And Strickland, you see what he's doing right now, huh? He's moving away. He's moving away, the tough guy, right? He's moving away. And this is the little discussion after the event. So this is how he talks to him, right? So Mark Strickland, because he received a lot of backdraft after this little confrontation with Orlando, he's crying like a baby and all that stuff, right? And so he did a little that video to to answer to those criticism, right? So that's what he says.
Your mouth, not on the internet. You should come up to me, do it in person, and bring your fucking kids. And bring your fucking kids. And bring your fucking kids. So after I smack you in the mouth, they can watch me smack their fucking coward father.
So here you go.
Your fucking coward father.
So this guy who's playing tough guy now towards people who maybe are not UFC fighters who don't even know how to fight, right? Wasn't talking all that shit when he was talking about, when he had to do it, right? And when he had to do it, where it was towards the guy who actually, you know what I mean, try to rip him his arm off, right? Because actually he did try to rip his arm off, right? That was pretty hard what he did, right? And after Orlando was also saying in YouTube that this guy is a little beep beep, that he's a little frightened beep beep and all that stuff, right? So he was, kind of talking shit towards Strickland as well, right? On top of that, but Strickland, listen to what he was saying here, So what is he saying here?
And you get mad and you put your hands on. Let's say you're a dick. And you get mad and you put your. You're not cool like Orlando.
Okay, you heard, right?
Cool like Orlando.
You're not cool like Orlando.
Not cool like
You're not
Orlando.
cool like Orlando. So, which means that he was shitting in his pants right there, right? Because this guy was going to put him in a lock or something. He was going to break his arm, or he knew that, right? So he wasn't messing around here. But here he's saying you're not cool like Orlando. Orlando was screaming after him, right? And after that, even in social media, was talking shit on him, right? So he's saying you're not cool like Orlando. So he's going to slap the hell out of someone who doesn't even fight, right, in front of his kid. So that's the type of person we're talking about now, right? So let's see a little bit, because I don't know really what's the feud, right? So I propose you guys to let's check a little bit on the internet. We're gonna see what's going on here, right? Let's see this. Mm. He disrespected Palestine. I mean, these are very sensitive topics, man. You don't mess around with that. I mean, what can I say? Khabib said it to Conor McGregor, man. You don't play around with that. I mean, there's certain things that think twice before putting your foot in there. Yeah, that's been incredible. Blah, blah, blah. He disrespected Palestine. And means disrespecting his face. I wants to kill him. The Palestine side wouldn't be. My God. What did this guy say? Let's see. Let's see here. Mm. hmm. I'm not emotional. Secondly, I'm fully aware of the history. Hmm. So he's saying he knows what he's talking about, this dude. Really? Like he's straight, like he's not drunk. Nice. Let's see this. Palestine, okay, okay. Will never become anything. It's barely recognized as a country. Oh my God, this is just fact. They need to do what every other conquered people have done. And that's bend the fucking knee. Oh my God. Really? Oh, this guy is unbelievable. Really? You cannot be that dumb. I mean, there's not enough brain cells in that brain. Mm-hmm. About it. No, but So every conquered country have to bend the knee. That's what they do. They don't resist. They don't fight back. Right? Mm. Wow. Bending the knee. Wow. Hmm. Well, to be honest with you, man, that's not really smart. It really sounds disrespectful. Again, like I was telling you guys, you know where that come from, man. That guy is not like, is it, does what he says really doesn't make sense and shouldn't be a way that people think? I think that a lot of people thinks like that. But also you have to understand that, you know, the the frontiers are evolving every day, right? They're evolving every day because people fight, and I think that that's what it is. So as much as you saying that, oh, you think that their fight is useless, the same way you have to respect it. Look at Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Oh my God! Maybe the fourth time he's going to win. Who knows, man? He shouldn't give up. And he didn't give up in the third fight. But they really. The thing is, that people are making believe these guys, right, that they're gonna have that country. Every conquered country is a conquered country, and people know it, and they state it. You are conquered. You belong to us, right? Right now, that's what they say about Palestine, and that right now, that's not what Palestine people say and think, right? So they're keeping on fighting, right? They keep on fighting. So that's what it is. If they are conquered, let the people who have conquered them say that they are conquered. But in the meantime, if you're still leaving them a glimpse of hope, right, then they'll keep on fighting, right? Because it's in the nature of things. You keep on fighting. That's it, right? So, needless to say that, listen, I don't like that guy, to be honest with you. Sean Strickland, I think he's as dumb as you can get, right? I mean, he's as not smart as you can get, right? That's more respectful, right? Someone who wants to slap their father in front of their coward father, he says, in front of their kids, right? And we saw here that he wasn't too strong, right? when he was running away from Orlando, right? He's running away, holding his arm like a little baby. So look at this, man. No, he's trying, but he hurt. He knows he can now. There you go. Right. So that's how it is, man. So that's all I have to say about Sean Strickland. Think twice. I don't think that first of all a sport event, right? A sport scene is the time to talk about politics or religion and all that stuff, right? I don't think so. And especially not to aggravate, right? More to resolve and not to aggravate. So that's my thinking about it. Now let's talk about, oh man, our favorite dude, Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou, right? So I hear there's a lot of there's a you know what I always like to every day when I have the chance, look into on the internet, look into if there's some new news about Francis Ngannou, especially some training videos that he, when he's training like pad work or wrestling and all that stuff, right? I like to look at it, and they're pretty discreet. These guys, man. these guys from Extreme Couture, they don't release that much of these videos, right? So today was my lucky day. Today, man, I don't know what happened to them, but they decided to release, and you got a lot of videos. Francis Ngannou here, telling it like it is, right? We have a friend La Sueur, oh yeah, and also you have Cyril Gann that went in an interview with those guys from, Submission Radio. So yeah, so that was pretty interesting today. And we learn again. I'm not going to say that I said it, but yeah, I said it in one of the other video that man, the contractual situation has been lasting since before his fight with Stipe Miocic, right? That's no news, at least. It's no news to me. I got my connections. So yeah, so we learn about all that. We know that Francis Ngannou seems to be, I don't know, man. He seems to be maturing, man. He seems to have a lot more maturity than before. He seemed to have a better peace of mind. He seemed to have a plan. He seems to know what is the situation he is in, and he seems to know what are the different options that he has, and he seems to be in peace with those options, right? Currently, Francis Ngannou seems to be kind of a scary proposition right now, right? So he's in that arm wrestling with the UFC, and I said it again, and I'm not gonna take all the credit, mind you, because there was a video from another guy from YouTube here who was saying that yeah, Francis Ngannou, he betted on himself in the first fight with Stipe because had he lost that fight, I mean the UFC would have owned him like crazy, right? But he didn't. He won. He won that fight. So. So that enabled him to be able now to to have the upper hand basically on the UFC, I would say, in terms of their discussion from contact. And that was a great video from man from from El Wani that I don't. You know what? I'm a hater. I gotta say I'm a hater. I don't like El Wani that much, but this video that he did was a great one. Was a good one, and it was pretty funny when he did it, right? And our friend Lasueur, who basically I say, I'm pretty sure that these guys obviously are more on our Bongama side, but it's okay, man. They just talked about it as well, so that was interesting. So Francis Ngannou is there, man. He's waiting for his fight. He seems pretty confident for his fight, right? He explained why he was in that situation and why they did. He thought that they did the interim belt fight. He said what he didn't like about the UFC, that they didn't respect him that much, and that is that lack of respect, right? That's really hurting more than anything else, and the fact that they don't want to treat him, the based on the value that they think he has. As simple as that. And you know how it is with, in the sport when you're talking about renewing contract and putting numbers there. On one side, you have to show what you can do, and on the other, to increase your value. And on the other side, they have to show you everything that you can't do, or they think that you are not, to lower your value. So that's how it is, you know. And that's what people say, that in this type of sport, I mean, when there's a negotiation, the bosses are rarely the winners, because they really have to show you that, hey, listen, you're not that good, you're not that great, so I have to give you only that money, that amount of money. So that can create some friction, that can create some problems, and that's where we are right now. Oh, and look at this. And our friend Chelsea just got a video out about this. You know what? I'm gonna listen to Chelsea's video, and I'm going to make a special video about Festus and Gano, right? Because I made a lot of video about Chelsea and talking a lot of shit. and talking about things that make no sense, right? So this video, I gotta listen to it and try to figure out what this guy is saying today about Francis Ngannou, right? Because let's be honest here, right? Right now, the UFC, the direction of the UFC is really to uh, to go all out on Francis Ngannou, basically, right? Because they're all in with Cyril Gane, right? I'm pretty sure that if they have to choose, they'd rather have Cyril Gane. I mean, if Cyril Gane wins, I don't know what, but I don't know what gift the UFC have to give him, but he has to be something, with a lot of value because he's gonna remove a big problem from their files. Yeah, he's gonna remove a big problem. Yeah. So yeah, so that's what I think. So Francis Ngannou, man, keep holding on, right? Now Francis Ngannou, he's there for the respect, man. He wants some respect from the UFC. You know what I mean? And he thinks that the UFC currently are really negative on him, right? You know, all the videos that they about the sparring. Everybody has seen that. Doesn't show him in the greatest form ever. He's getting run down by Cyril Gane. So yeah, there's nothing too great about this. So he feel disrespected. Makes sense, right? And for him, it's not always a question. Yeah, it's a question of money, obviously, right? But I would say it's just a question of principle, man. There's certain things that he desire that he thinks is gonna keep him more safe, and secure. Like he says, like, why do I have to borrow money for training camps? You know what I mean? I mean, he's the heavyweight champion. How come the heavyweight champion borrows money for training camps? Where have you seen that? God damn. Sorry, guys. Forgive my French, like they say. So yeah, so that was the situation. So I think that it was a good thing for him to clarify this because people were talking too much crap, right? He clarified the situation why he couldn't fight. When the UFC asked him to fight. So that was good. That was good information to have, right? He clarified everything that was going on. Clarified that he gave dates to the UFC. Clarified that when the interim title came by, he didn't know about it. Which is these are things that are disrespectful. And I was telling you about the card on to UFC 270, where they are scheduled to fight. At first, the preliminary card that I saw wasn't too amazing, right? The only fight that was interesting was the main event. That's it. And now maybe they're planning to add Israel Adesanya for and I guess Robert Whittaker for defense of the belt. So he's going to make it a little bit a better card. But yeah, a lot of sneaky stuff that the UFC did, right? Trying to say that Francis Ngannou, his ego is taking over again, and that he wants to fight when he wants to fight. He's going to fight when he wants to fight, and that right now he's saying that he doesn't want to fight because he has to go to Cameroon for vacation. He has to, you know what I mean? Basically, he doesn't want to fight. He wants to enjoy. He doesn't want to fight. Just want to play. So I don't think that. Oh man, I don't think that this is a great strategy for the UFC. I mean, it's their strategy. So, if again, like I said, if they lose this one again, if Sirigan loses, oh my God, they in a world of trouble now, right? Because I think that Francis Ngannou got a lot of cards, and they're not going to make him fight like every 3 or 4 months, right? So they're gonna have to take a decision there. They're gonna have to take a decision. because they're not gonna go along like this, like trying to set him up, because they set him up against Sirigan. They set him up because they created that interim belt. So after that, what are they going to do? The only way that they're going to attract him is with a fight. Or John Jones. I don't know if a Stipe fight is going to be that attractive for him to, you know what I mean, to to risk it again. But he's going to have time. But that's what the UFC is basically buying time. It's trying to to make him agree, on the long term. So they weigh on him. They want to wear him out. You know, because what happened if he beats Cyril Gane? And that's what I was going to say. Are they going to tell him that he has to fight somebody else again? Until he loses, so that now they can sign the contract? That's crazy. That's not going to happen like that. I don't think it's going to happen like this. But that's the situation right now. So those who were trying to make Francis Ngannou look like the bad guy. I think that right now with this interview, we have a better view of the situation, right? We have much better view of the situation. And if we don't hear about Dana White, then we will have the answer. Then the answer will be clear from the UFC side, that this is exactly the way it happened, right? So let me listen to this. So that was great. That was great, Ariel. That was fantastic. That was a nice video, very clarifying a lot of stuff, and that was very fun to have finally some news of Francis Ngannou and try to see in what state of mind he is. And like I was saying earlier, he seemed to have a very peaceful state of mind currently, right?
And grow your business.
He seemed to be in a great state of mind. Seemed to be pretty peaceful. Seemed to understand everything. So that's great. That's great. That's great. Fantastic. I hope he's going to stay like that, right? That's the way we like to see Francis. And man, gear up for his fight against Cyril Gane. You know, yeah. Can't wait to see that fight, man. It's a fight with so many unknown, man. I mean, it's a fight with so many known and unknown at the same time. It's an intriguing fight. Very intriguing fight. I don't know also if it's going to be the first time in the UFC that you got two French-speaking fighters fighting for the UFC belt. And on top of that, basically coming from France, right? So that's amazing. It's going to be an historical fight. So Francis Ngannou, man, transparency, telling it like it is. Now we know who's playing games, right? I was talking. I made a video on Chael Sonnen the other day, so I'm gonna re-listen to it again, and I'm going to listen to this new video of Chael Sonnen and see what he's saying. But Francis Ngannou, man, hang in there, man. Can't wait to see this dude on January 27, like throw hit, man. He's going to throw heat. That's going to be crazy, man. Let me tell you this. I think that this guy is going to come in there with a vengeance. The way that I see him, the way that I see his focus right now, man, he's making of me a believer. So that's how it is. So guys, like it, don't like it, subscribe. Thank you, and talk to you guys later.